Hey, what's up guys? So welcome back to my channel. This one's going to be a fuel filter replacement on the engine bay, as well as the water fuel filter housing down below the truck. This is going to work for 2017 through 2019 Ford Super Duties with the 6.7 diesel Powerstroke. So just personal preference, I like changing my filters, the fuel filters, because it's probably the most important maintenance item you need to do on your modern day diesel. Manual for the truck says every 10,000 miles as well. Some people can stretch it, some people do a little more idling, maybe like to switch it every 7,500 miles. Some even do it once every oil change, and their oil changes intervals are right around 5,000 miles as well, up to 10,000. An additional note is if you take this to any dealer, they're going to charge you roughly about $150 depending on how much you drive. This could be a quarterly thing, could be an annual thing for some. So here's the set that I purchased. Comes with the water fuel filter with the gasket, new gasket. This is your engine bay fuel filter. It also comes with this OEM Ford part. If you don't have a spare one of these, I highly encourage you have one and travel with it, just in case you get a water and fuel light and you'll have to remove or drain some water from your water fuel filter. You may break that, leaving you on the side of the road. They're cheap. I'll also put that link in the description below. Your choice of rags, towels, you need one 8mm socket with a U-joint, because there's two bolts that are a little difficult to get if you don't have a U-joint, but you can still get by without a U-joint. With all that said, I don't like wasting time. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this job. What you're gonna do, turn this counterclockwise. There you go. Let that just leak out. Alright, so once it's done draining, go ahead and tighten it back up. Make sure it clicks into place. Dry it up. Alright, next thing, remove the connector. There you go. Now you're ready to remove the 5 bolts. So here's 1 bolt right up here, 2, 3, and then you have 4 and 5 on the opposite side. So go ahead and remove those 5. And we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so here's the filter removed from the underside of the truck. Here is your drain valve. This is what you just drained fuel out of and water. What it actually says is removal towards that way and install towards that way. So obviously we have to take this one out, but what I do want to show is the difference between the old one and the new one real quick. So here's the difference, the new versus the old. For 10,000 miles, that does not look bad at all. Honestly, if this one was wet, it probably would look very similar to this one. So as you can see, I go to high volume fuel stations. I use EDT, and so EDT, everyday diesel treatment, fuel additive. So I mean, I could probably push longer on these filters, but just for my peace of mind, I change every 10,000 miles. So let's go ahead, slip this one out and install the new one. Push towards remove, slip right up. There you go, ready to get thrown away. Alright, before we make it there, what you want to do is actually check in here to see if you see anything abnormal. So I have an LED light, that should help, but I am not seeing anything abnormal other than maybe a few metal shavings, but that is about it. Looks like I've had some clean fuel for the last 5 months or so, and 10,000 miles. Nothing alarming, probably things getting broken in, but yep, this is what a normal fuel filter housing looks like. So what you want to do, pull this gasket out. There it is. Remove. I'm going to go ahead and wipe in there and then install the new gasket. Alright, so this is what I like to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just use a few of these mechanic towels, clean on the inside, remove some shavings, so that next time when I replace a fuel filter, I can see the difference. It should be cleaned of any debris, and then we'll go ahead and mount the new filter. Alright, so cleaned from the debris, dried as much as I can, new gasket in place, new filter in hand. Alright, so just put it right down, sits nice, and then you're trying to install, so just follow the arrow, pull it your way. There it is. Here, click. It'll move around, but that's where it's supposed to be. So let's go ahead, get this back up underneath the truck, and then tighten down the bolts. One, and then do this one, two, and then tighten this one down, three, and then tighten down this one, and then the fifth one. So it's kind of like tightening up your lug nuts. You want to go in a star pattern, and then nothing too crazy. Probably a 2-finger pull off of your ratchet and socket. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted and move on to the next step. Alright, so after reinstalling the fuel filter and its housing down below, you want to make sure you plug back in the connector. And then what we want to do is actually keep that one step that we just finished, replacing that filter, accountable. So what we want to do is prime the system at least 5 to 7 times, and then we're going to start the truck, and then we're going to check for leaks. Now, once all of that is good to go, clear, no leaks, then we move on to the engine bay section and replace that filter. Alright, so if the truck's not wanting to start, low fuel pressure, we would have known that it's not our water fuel filter and its housing, but it's going to be something with what we just did in the engine bay fuel filter. I have the push to start. I'm just going to put it in accessory mode and run the system. And here, the filter or the fuel system fill up. And there we go. So, after the fuel system purged as much as it could to fill up the housing, I'm going to turn off the truck. Alright, and that's one. Alright, so I've done one before this one, so now I'm about to start my third one. So again, put it into accessory mode. If you have a key, don't turn it on all the way, just put it on accessory. Alright, and then you're going to keep conducting these primes until we stop hearing the fuel system fill up. Alright, so next step of the portion is the engine bay fuel filter. Alright, so what you're going to need, some cleanup rags or something for a little bit of fuel to possibly leak out. I'm going to use that. That came within the fuel filter package, and the fuel filter for the engine bay itself. So let's go ahead and get up underneath the hood and pack some rags in there and show you how to remove hose after hose after hose. So we have 3 lines. Alright, so let's start from the farthest one that's closest to the driver's seat. So you're going to have these 2 pins. Alright, what you're going to do is just push them back. Push it back all the way. And there you see it out. And this one's just going to pop right out. Alright, that's why you have some rags. As you can see, there's a little bit of fuel that leaked out. And now let's move on to this fuel line. Alright, so onto the second fuel line. There it is, a blue clip. There's one, there's a second one right here, you can't see it. Anyways, what we're going to do is pull these 2 towards you and then push. And it should go like that. Alright, so you can see the blue little clip sticking out, and again, pull one out, and you are free and clear. Third and last hose, orange clip, what you're going to do, pull up. Alright, and then off to the sides, you're going to see a couple buttons pretty much. What you're going to do is squeeze in and then pull out. Do not try and pull this out after you pull that orange pin up. That does not fully release this hose. So, there it is. Very simple and easy. You do not want to fight these because this entire process can give you a really bad day. So what I'm going to do is just twist this whole filter counterclockwise, and then I'll be able to pull it out. Alright, so now we have a fresh start. New fuel filter. Insert this pointing towards the 2 o'clock. Push that in. Turn it to the 330, right? Alright, and then we can start reinserting our hoses. Push that in. You'll hear it feel right. There you go. Let's move into the second one. Take this plastic cover off. Glue it on fine. And get this one in there. There it is. Push this all the way in. There it is. Push the blue pin. And the last one, last but not least, here you go. Push that in. Push that down. Now here is where the additional part that Motorcraft sends with these fuel filter kits. That clamshell is going to have to go on this one. So let me show you how to install that. Alright, so here's the part number, clip. Now, figure 1, 2 identical clamshell halves provided in the kit. Alright, so as you can see, the larger portion attached to the longer portion. So, they're 2 of the same. Alright, larger portion over here. So it should be able to clip in just like that. Alright, so let's move to figure 2, fuel return line connector, clamshell half. As you can see, this is the third hose with that clip that I instructed y'all to pull up and then squeeze both sides in order to pull out. Assemble clamshell halves to the fuel return line connector. Alright, so it's looks like they're going beside the actual clip. Figure 3. Align the bead on the clamshell as indicated, the dotted line to groove on the fuel return line connector. Okay, so that looks like that's the clip. So right before that orange clip is where we're actually going to try and insert it. As I see it right now, figure 4, use a feeler gauge to confirm the clamshell gap is between 3/4 to 1.2 millimeters to ensure proper assembly. Confirm there is no gap along the seam and the clamshell tabs are not broken. Figure 5, installed view when finished. Alright, so let's go ahead and go clamshell up. Alright guys, so if you do not have that clamshell portion, then highly suggest you actually do that. So there it is, in action, clamped together, looking good, doing its job, paying the rent. If you don't have that, go ahead and install that, because obviously it's a safety feature that Ford believes that we should have on our trucks. And if Ford believes that, then we should absolutely go ahead and go through with that. Another additional safety feature that provides us peace of mind. Alright y'all, so after this is all done and complete, what we want to do is go ahead, get into the truck. We're going to want to prime it at least 2 to 3 times, alright? And then on the 3rd or 4th try, let's go ahead and get the truck to start, and then you're going to come out here to visually inspect if there are any leaks. If there are any leaks, obviously you need to make some adjustments. Make sure you tightened or pushed the hoses all the way into the filter sleeve, and then go from there. But let's go ahead and prime the system 2 to 3 times, let it feed for at least 15 to 30 seconds, and move on. Hear the fuel system start to fill up. Alright, then it's stopped. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Repeat the process. I'm going to do it personally 2 more times and then give the truck a start on the 4th. And there we go. Def level low. Let's check that out. Okay, so driver door. Def level range 445 miles. Refill soon. I can tell you right now, I am not refilling anytime soon, and I'm definitely going to take care of the DEF problem. I'm straight up going to straight pipe this thing. Alright y'all, so I hope y'all benefited from this fuel filter replacement how-to video, step by step, very simple process. Buy the kit in the description below. It'll come with a clamshell. It's going to range from $50 to $60. Dealership's still going to charge you about $150 to roughly $175, depending on what their hourly labor rate is going to charge you. You can actually save from sending it to the dealership, buying the kit for $50 to $60, doing it yourself. First time will probably take you an hour. So if you have a spare hour, go ahead and try it on your own. After the second time, this process will be no longer than 30 minutes. You won't forget how to do it, or if you do, just go ahead and watch this video again. But again, if you like this video, please press the like, please subscribe. I have much more Ford 6.7 diesel Powerstroke videos coming your way. I'm absolutely gonna put some power in this thing finally. First diesel truck that I'm gonna have some serious power. I'm talking more than 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. I'm really gonna do Plasky right. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.